What's up guys, Sean here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Columbia Gorge resin bonded diamond stones. You can get these on gritomatic.com and they are $25 a piece. These are stones that will work with your KME sharpening system. They fit right here in the stone holder. And these two stones right here are all you need in addition to the 4 diamond stones included in the KME kit. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the KME system, they come with 4 diamond stones. You get a 140 grit, you get a 300 grit, 600 grit, and 1200 grit. Now, after you finish all these 4 progressions, then you can move on to these 2 optional additional stones. You can really get a nice mirror polished edge. Now on Columbia Gorge's website, they say that you're supposed to dress these and prepare them somehow before you use them. However, I did not do that. I was unaware and I used them just the way they are right out of the box, and they worked very, very well for me. The first knife that I use these on is the SPYDERCO Kapara in 20 CV blade steel. And as you can see, guys, this is a beautiful, beautiful mirror finish. Now on this one, I used the 10 micron first, which is equivalent to around 2000 grit. And then I used the 5 micron, which is approximately 4500 grit. So yeah, these worked very, very well. This edge came out beautiful and extremely sharp. On this one, you cannot see any grind lines left whatsoever. The only marks on this blade are scratches from cutting, because I have used this for about a week so far since I last sharpened it, and you can see how beautiful that edge still is. Now to use these, all you gotta do is clamp them in your stone holder, just like you would with your regular KME stones. And once you have it clamped in, these are just a hair thicker than the standard KME stones. And what you want to do in order to match your angle, it's very easy. Don't be intimidated by this factor, because it is really not a big deal. So say if you did your edge at 17 degrees, in order to accommodate the thicker stone, all you're going to do is go up maybe half a degree at first, and put marker on your edge like you normally do, and go across, see if it takes off all the Sharpie. If it only takes up off the top part of the Sharpie, then you need to drop the angle down a little bit. Then if it's only taking off the Sharpie at the top of your bevel, you will want to raise your angle up just a hair. And I recommend starting within a 1 degree change and go from there. And when you go to test to see if you're at the right angle, you're gonna go very, very lightly with no pressure at all across your bevel. And yeah, it's very easy to get dialed in, and it produces absolutely beautiful results. I'm extremely impressed with these. After using them for the first time, I made several posts about them. I told all my knife buddies about them, especially everyone that I know that uses a KME sharpening system, I told them, hey guys, you all need to go get these because this is hands down the best bang for your buck and most effective, easiest way to get a mirror polish finish on your knives. Some other things people use to get mirror edges are lapping films or CBN diamond emulsions, which you apply to a leather strop. And the cool thing about these stones compared to those options is you don't have a leather surface that can get damaged and worn over time. And if you're comparing it to the lapping films, you're dealing with a stone versus plastic films, which can get cut up and wear out very quickly. So you can get these stones for the same price it would cost you to get the equivalent lapping film and glass blank from KME, and these are gonna last you forever. These are not gonna wear out. They're extremely effective, they're easy to use, and they're cheap, $25 a piece. You start getting into a mirrored edge with the 10 micron alone. However, if you want to really refine it and go to that super polished edge, then you're gonna wanna use the 5 micron also. Now, I'll show you another example of how good these stones are. This is the Hinder XM18 3.5 inch Spanto, which is into review and sharpen. I put a fresh edge on this bad boy. I spent many hours reprofiling this in order to get it to the way I like it. If you've ever sharpened a Spanto before, then you would know that these are extremely difficult to sharpen. Well, it's not difficult to get them sharp, but it is very difficult to keep an even looking bevel. Now, somebody that's OCD like myself, I absolutely want the bevel to look very good, especially on a knife in the $500 range. On this one, I actually used the 10 micron only, and you can see just how good of a result I got with just that 10 micron. If you look closely, you can see a little bit of a scratch pattern, very faintly. But guys, this thing is an animal. This thing's extremely sharp, still has all of its bite and aggression, and this edge is gonna keep that bite for a long time compared to as if I was to completely polish this, then you would lose a lot of your aggression at the edge. So the reason it's difficult to get a even bevel on the Spanto blade is due to the change in thickness in the blade grind. As you can see here, right behind your tip, it gets really thick in the grind, and that is designed that way to add strength. So your thickness behind the edge gets a lot thicker right here at this point. And typically what you will see on any Spanto blades that have been reprofiled is right where the grind line is, you'll see that bevel raise up in there and it looks like a little swoosh, and I think it's very ugly. And if you sharpen freehand, you can avoid that much easier, but when you use a guided system, for example, the precautions I had to take in order to get the bevel to look this even was I had to clamp in 2 separate locations and I had to sharpen at 2 different angles. So I did 20 degrees at the tip and back to this point, and then from the heel forward I did 18 degrees, and then right around in here got to 19 and then into 20, and blended that all together very, very nicely. And that is basically, that's what I had to do in order to get this as even looking as possible. And when you sharpen this, you have to go at it as if it's a tanto, and basically like you're sharpening two separate edges. You're sharpening your tip like it's one edge, and then you sharpen your belly like it's one edge, and then you start to blend them together, which even when you do that, if you leave this knife clamped in one location, you are still gonna get that swoosh. That's why it took me so long messing with this, because I had to try several different things in order to get this bevel looking pretty. And with my OCD and my determination, failure was not an option. So I kept on grinding at it until I figured out what would work. And I'm extremely happy with the results. And I think the owner is going to be very happy too. So yeah, guys, do yourself a favor and pick up some of these over at Gritomatic, and you will be getting some nice mirror polished edges in no time. Very, very easy. These work quickly, and your edge will still be extremely sharp. So, hope everyone's having a great Friday. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next one.